Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Balls in Your Face podcast. I'm Christian Rivera.
It's your boy Josh Ramos.
And I'm Azil Hernandez.
And today, I have a question for y'all. In 3 days, someone drops their album. So in honor of that, who do you guys have? J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar?
Easy.
J. Cole.
Kendrick. It's Kendrick.
J. Cole.
Give me your top song from each artist.
The Heart Part 5. No.
Yeah.
That was a pretty dope video. I saw it came on. I thought it was cool. Like, you had everyone's like face and everything. So that was pretty dope. I'll say, you said top song?
Yeah. Just say your
one
top song.
song.
Your top song. Yeah.
Just one.
Like one that you could listen to all the time.
So many good options. I can't just
Just say one. Damn.
It's like chips. You just want all of them, you know?
I don't know.
I like, okay. It's an underrated
my
album,
Jesus.
To Pimp a Butterfly. But I'll pick 2 songs from that album.
Oh my
That's
God.
underrated. These Walls, I thought that song was pretty dope. And Hood Politics.
Hood Politics is a good song.
That's two underrated songs from that album. Obviously you got his bangers, like the most known ones. I think those 2 underrated ones I kind of like. So I'll say Kendrick though. It's just he doesn't drop as often as J. Cole, but I still got Kendrick.
Who you got? Or what do you have?
Obviously, J. Cole. Land of the Snakes, the #1 song ever. The best one, best bars.
Very low key. Very low key. I think for me, I side with Kendrick. I can listen to a couple songs all the time, especially with a lot of bass. I really like DNA with a lot of bass.
Ew.
Yo, he's
DNA's
mainstream.
overplayed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cause like
Tell me
They
something.
ruined DNA.
You mother can't tell me nothing.
No, it's not a bad
I
song,
to listen
though.
to
It's
you.
not a bad
My
song,
DNA
but they
not for
overplayed it.
imitation. Your DNA is abomination.
Yo, why is he singing the whole song? It's not a bad song. It's
No.
just the fact that it's like too mainstream.
But I mean,
and it happens.
also like, because I could go deep in the archives and tell you more. I like King Kunta too. If you guys haven't seen his
That's
performance,
also mainstream.
if you haven't seen his performance with Mad City and Imagine Dragons, have you guys seen that?
No, I never saw that.
At the Grammys?
If you haven't seen it, please watch. It's at the Grammys. Please watch it. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's everything. I got Kendrick though.
Yo, Imagine Dragons loves rappers.
You know what? I got a solution.
All collabs.
Kendrick, J. Cole album.
Who thought of that?
Yeah.
Why did no one think of that?
That was a whole rumor. And they
I'm
did
kidding.
They did
It wasn't a
Black-
rumor. They said they were doing it.
And they did a Black Friday.
Everybody
Everybody
remembers Black Friday.
they
And remember
rapped on
they
each
said
other's beat, so that was really dope. But
what month did they say? In February? That's what they said, right?
when they dropped Black
Yeah.
Friday, they said
Yes.
when they're gonna have like an album or
Yeah.
whatever. And it's never happened.
It's been like 6 years since
Hopefully,
that moment.
it's in the archives. It's in there somewhere.
And it sucks because that Black Friday wasn't even like a song. Like, it was just them rapping over each other's beats.
Yeah, yeah. It was still dope though. It was
No, but they
interesting.
have, I think, 3 songs together. So,
I woke up once morning.
oh, I didn't count that one. That's not really. You can't count that.
That was a tease, though. That was a tease, especially because Kendrick wasn't dropping any music.
I kept saying he was gonna come out to Dreamville Fest and he didn't.
But yeah, man, that was a question for the day. So let's dive right into that topic. What we got today, Christian?
So, if you guys haven't watched our top 10 quarterbacks right now video, go watch that. But today we're gonna do top 10 NBA players right now in the league.
You know, it's funny. We were coming up with it. We were talking about how we did the football one. Basketball and football are obviously different sports, but like for that one, we did quarterbacks. We didn't do like a whole player ranking. So basketball's a little bit different because you do a little bit of everything. Football's more like specific skill sets. So that's why we did just top 10 basketball players. It's not like we did top 10 point guards or top 10 centers. Like, we just put them all together because the game is evolving. It's evolving to the more you can do, the better it is for everything. So
More
that's
like positionless basketball.
Yes, that's the word. I forgot it. But that's kind of why we just did all top 10 players. So, you guys got your list ready?
Yeah.
Let me pull it out on my balls in your face iPad.
Wow.
Is
Sponsor.
it official?
Does that have a sticker?
No.
Wow.
Bro, you had to
okay.
put a sticker over.
I
the
thought you had a
Apple
sticker on
logo.
it. I was like, wow.
Coming soon.
So we have to go 10 up.
Yes, sir. So who wants to start off with their 10?
Before we start off at number 10, you already know how to do it. I had an honorable mention on my. Did you guys do an honorable mention?
I have an honorable mention.
All right. Do you have an honorable mention?
I guess I could make one since everyone else did.
My honorable mention is John Morant. I'm on my Grizzly. He's my honorable mention.
Wow, were you literally taking who I was gonna say?
That was your honorable mention?
I was gonna say him too.
I was gonna say John Moran. I'm on my Grizzly.
Oh, for real? No, okay. I'm surprised. Wait,
is he your honorable mention though?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Yeah. You see,
But I have another one I could throw in there too.
I'm actually surprised you guys had him on your honorable mention. I was pretty sure he was gonna be on your list, so I was like,
I almost did, but I stopped.
the only thing that kept me off was this year he had a great year. He missed a lot of games, and his team played good without him. I'm not saying that should be held against him, but if maybe he played the full season,
And now he's gonna miss more games.
that would have boosted up his stock for
One
me.
game. No.
But he still obviously had a great season. He was an MVP running for the majority of the year. So
My honorable mention after it's not John Morant, I would put James Harden. I put James Harden as my honorable mention. He definitely fell off a little bit. He even had a performance like 2 days ago on that game where he put up good stats and they called it, what they call it?
a vintage performance.
A vintage performance.
A
Like he
vintage
hasn't
game
had one
winning
in like
game?
very long. So I think last year he's probably in the top 10. And then look what happens in a year. So he's an honorable mention though for me.
I kept him off my list too. And when I did it and I looked back at that, I was like, I feel like someone's missing like a big name. And I was like, it's James Harden. To me, it's crazy that he's off my list, but like, it's just been tough. I don't know what it's been. I don't know if it's the fact that he's looking old. I just don't know what it is, but he's just not top 10 right now for me. Who's your honorable mention, Christian?
It was gonna be John Morant.
It was gonna be John
Yeah.
Morant.
John Morant.
That's crazy.
I
I got
can't think
another
of
one.
one.
Chris Paul. He's up there. I think even though he's 37, he's still his level of play has been up there. What is up with him in the fourth quarters? Because apparently he can't miss. I don't know what it's been, but this man's just making everything.
I will say this right now: the Phoenix Suns are just that team where it's kind of weird. But I don't have anyone on the Suns on my list, and they were the number 1 seed on the West.
Yo, that's
So,
wow.
I don't have anyone in the top 10.
That's crazy. All right, so who wants to start with number 10? We're gonna go straight down the line.
Yeah, we'll go straight down on my side from you.
All right.
Let's just fly through like these bottom
I got
ones.
you. Starting at number 10 on my list, from your number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, I got Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, when it comes playoff time, say what you want about the regular season. I remember a couple of years ago they asked the question, who would you want on your team, Jimmy Butler or Paul George? What makes Jimmy Butler elevated is what he does in the playoffs, and he's been nothing but spectacular in these playoffs. Against Atlanta, he averaged like 30-something. Right now against Philly, he's averaging 30-something. So he's not known for a score, and he still gives you what he gives you on defense, but his level of play goes up in the playoffs. So that's what you want at this time of year. You want a player that elevates like that. So I got Jimmy Butler number 10 on my list, no matter what he does in the regular season.
All right. Well, we're going to continue with that bias. I got DeMar DeRozan at number 10. And I have
So
DeMar
do I.
I have DeMar DeRozan at number 10 because if you look at him in this past season, he was the MVP candidate. Winding towards the end of the season, and obviously we went on a little slump, so he kind of dropped off from that. But you can argue he was top 5 in the MVP candidates. And then as well as dropping those performances during the season, you've seen the buzzer beaters, you've seen the 40-point games, you've seen the little stretch that he had where he had, I think, 35 plus for like 6 games in a row. And then, like he said, though, champions are made in the playoffs. Obviously, we didn't win. But the one game that we did win, it took a 45-point effort from him. He took over the game. His mid-range game, best mid-range in the league. Undoubtedly. So he's my number 10.
I'll take Kyrie's mid-range. And KD's. And KD's for that fact over DeMar's.
Yeah, y'all sleeping.
Yo.
That mid-range was so good that he couldn't even get a game.
Oh,
he couldn't even
man,
win a
come
game in
on.
the playoffs. So
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
I also had DeMar DeRozan on my number 10.
You see,
that's
I respect-
that's pretty funny.
It's interesting you guys put him on the list because not saying I forgot about him. He wasn't even my honorable mention. He's not on my list. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. And when I was doing honorable mentions, like, his name didn't pop up in my head. And you're right. I mean, he was in the beginning of the year MVP candidate. And obviously the team fell off. But it's like there's some people, like even James Harden was a name that came in my mind. I was like, he wasn't even on my list. DeMar, I didn't even think about him. So I don't know if I don't know if that's me being disrespectful or
That's
that's me
disrespect.
it just happened that way. I didn't remember.
I can kind of say the same thing about Devin Booker. Insight, Devin Booker's not on my list, and some people felt like he should have been there. But with Chris Paul on his team, I kind of had to take that away. DeMar DeRozan does have Zach LaVine on his team, but that didn't hinder his stats as far as like putting up points and stuff like that. So
it's funny you bring him up because Devin Booker's number 9 on my list.
wow.
So it's funny because like I said, first in the East, Jimmy Butler, he was number 10. Now first in the West, Devin Booker. He was an MVP candidate coming up to this year. He's always been putting up numbers. So I feel like he got drafted in 2015. It was always, he could put up numbers on a bad team. I feel like when Chris Paul came, Chris Paul unlocked something within that team but then people start seeing how good Devin Booker really is, because I really think he could be your number one option. And obviously Chris Paul's been there and it helps and it's elevated him, but I don't think that should hinder him. Like, I don't think we should use that against him, that Chris Paul has helped his career. So that's why I got Devin Booker number 9.
I'm kind of shook because honestly, for number 9, I went with your boy Jimmy Butler.
Wow. Oh, so he was on your list.
Jimmy Butler.
You were just saying.
He said, "Wow, continue with the bias and saying all this stuff."
Remember, I said, yeah, because I went with Demar Derozan at 10, but I put Jimmy above Derozan.
You were calling me biased.
Why?
Okay.
No, I was calling myself biased too.
I'm not mad
okay,
at you.
I put Jimmy Butler there because when I look at it, what he can do on the defensive side of the ball and the offensive side of the ball. He's not known to be this great knockdown shooter because he's really not. His mid-range game is nowhere near Lamar's. But the one thing I hate about him, obviously he came from Chicago. I've seen him play. When he wants to get the ball to the cup, he goes there, jumps, puts his body on the line.
Him.
He either gets the and one or he's going to the foul line and he's going to make those free throws. That's what I hated that we didn't have. Now we had that with DeMar DeRozan. But I have Jimmy there solely because once again, I kind of have to look at it like, okay, if I'm taking this person over this person, I'm saying this person is better than that person. I like Jimmy's defense over DeMar's defense. DeMar doesn't have the same defense game as Jimmy. Jimmy doesn't have the same offensive game. But Jimmy Butler coming from Chicago, knowing how he plays, I have Jimmy over DeMar.
Wow, that's interesting for me. But I'm proud of you, though. I'm glad you saw the light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. I'm glad you came
more
around.
light than you did. That's crazy.
Who you got at number
I'm just
9?
copying everybody because I also have Jimmy.
No,
I have Devin Booker as my
as
my number 9. Yeah.
So right now it's my list and then Josh's list, and then you're like a combination of both of them.
Yeah, because I had his pick last.
Yeah,
right?
That's so weird. I don't know. I can't put Booker over Jimmy. That's just how I feel. I don't know.
Well, it's definitely a tough one. Obviously, if we're talking about like complete package, his defense is nowhere near Jimmy Butler's, but it's a tough one. There's people out there, and Jimmy Butler led his team to the finals, and obviously, who knows? Maybe under other circumstances could have been different. Who knows? But there's a lot of people that don't believe that Butler can be a number 1 on a team. And I love Jimmy Butler, but I feel like if you had another person that was that number 1, we could see Jimmy Butler do everything. I think Devin Booker can be that number 1. So that's kind of why I put Devin Booker, moved him up above him.
Go to number 8. This is where it gets a little spicy. It's like a little thinker for me, to be honest.
Number 8. I got your boy, Jason Tatum. I got Jason Tatum number 8.
Yeah. I'm just going to say it. I also have Jason Tatum at number 8.
Yo, why are you copying my list? I really do like Jason Tatum. I like his game. His game is so smooth, and it's evolved really fast. He was drafted 2017, I believe, and what he's been able to do in a short amount of time, I think it's been impressive. The only thing I don't like with Tatum is that there's just some random games where it's like, where is he? Yeah. This past game that they lost to Milwaukee,
he got like 10.
I don't know where the hell Jason Tatum was. Like, and it's just like, we talked about it in the other episode, but Paul Pierce was like, "Oh, hot take, Jason Tatum's about to pass Kevin Durant." No, the hell he's not, because Kevin Durant was bad in that series, yes, but it's just the way Jason Tatum just disappears, and that's the only reason I have him lower. Maybe if he was, I don't want to say more consistent, because it's just those random games are just thrown in there out of nowhere. So that's why I have Tatum number 8. He's fantastic.
It's very mysterious with him because honestly, I can't even explain what happens. There's just games where it's just not going in, and it happens too often for him. I don't really know what it is. We challenged him in the midseason game or the midseason video, and we said, "Yo, Tatum, bro, what are you doing? Jaylen Brown's outplaying you." Then in the second half of the season, he turned up, and he kind of just showed why he's that number 1. I think it's still like 1 and 2, 1A, 1B when it comes to Boston as far as Jaylen Brown and Tatum, but I'm taking Tatum over that. And the reason why I'm saying all this is because Tatum is my number 8 too. We did not make these lists together at all. We did it separately. So I just find it funny that this is more like, this is kind of
we
consensus.
Purposely ignore each other's lists so we can have discussions on this.
But I think Tatum's a good spot for number 8.
That is wild, man.
Do you have Tatum too, you said?
Yeah, I also have Tatum at number 8.
Yeah.
You know, I can't even hate on your guys' list. So far, they're all pretty solid so far.
It's pretty similar. That's why.
I'm proud of you guys.
You guys had 9 and 8 switched.
Yeah. If we hit 7 and we have the same 1 for 7, I really don't know what's gonna happen. But let's slide to 7.
My number 7, and looking back at it, I'm surprised.
I'm scared.
I'm surprised he's kind of lower on my list. I have Curry at number 7.
Okay.
All right, based on your, like, no. I was gonna say, based on your reactions, I know he's not there. Obviously, we could talk about the past. He's first unanimous MVP ever, but he could still be your number one on the team. And we see what Golden State is doing. They're a legit title contender. They're going to get past Memphis. They're going to go, who knows, the way Phoenix has been playing. That's a real toss-up in that series. I still got Phoenix winning it, but Steph Curry has been remarkable this year. Obviously, he did it without Klay Thompson, who coming back from injury. But Steph Curry's still that guy. He still revolutionized the game. Still an elite three-point shooter. He shot his lowest percentage from three this year. And I did not know that.
He also had a great season last year.
There it is. But I still have him up there. Number 7 in the league currently right now.
So, I want to talk about that, but I'll wait till he's on my list because he's not number 7 for me. Number 7, I have Luca Doncic.
Wow.
Luca Doncic is number 7. Luca is an amazing player. And I think he's only getting better. It's hard to say he's only getting better because honestly his stats are literally like crazy. I think some of the antics off the court, or even like some of the antics that are not during play, kind of affects his game, as far as him flopping and complaining and stuff like that. I think that kind of stains him a little bit. Obviously it probably shouldn't, because we should be just be going off statistics and stuff, but I think the way you play is a big deal. And yeah, his flopping is kind of OD. It is OD.
I know another guy that plays in LA that be doing that.
Anywho, so Luca Doncic is number 7 for me. Offensively, super gifted, and honestly, the future is bright. I remember, because obviously when you think about it, it was a trade that happened with Trae Young and Luca when they got drafted, right? And obviously, I have them in 2 completely different tiers. Both have a good offensive game, but I feel like Luca's is just like, he's not the fastest, he's not the biggest, he's not the strongest, but yet he'll get to his spot and he'll get some points. So I got Luca on there. No defense to be found, but we'll just stick with that.
Who you got number 7?
I also have Luca.
No, you don't, yo.
Yeah, I do.
Why do you feel like Luca's 7?
I mean, how old is he? He's like 20.
He's like 22, 23.
Yeah, he's pretty
But
young.
he was averaging 28. I just think he's a good player and he deserves to be where he's at.
Yeah,
he's definitely one of the young faces of the league going forward.
Yeah.
Like, I know everyone. The question is, when LeBron retires, like, who's going to be the face?
Luka.
I think Luka could be up there. He's international, so I mean, they say that helps, but I mean, he does have that international flair to him. Luka's that guy, and I'm gonna touch in on him on a little bit. He's higher up on my list than you guys had him, but
wow.
So my number 6, we're at number 6, right?
Yep.
I have, which is kind of crazy that he's number 6, because I think he's really gifted. The back-to-back MVP, I got Jokic at number 6.
What?
Wow.
So
that's really low.
Wow.
I really do love Jokic, and if I'm being completely honest, offensively, I'm taking him over Embiid. And I know Embiid was the scoring leader, but total package, Jokic is probably, not even just for a big man, he's one of the best passers in the NBA. He can shoot. He can get it done in the post. He can post up. He's big. I think offensively gifted, he's a better offensive player than Embiid.
That's
where I think
crazy.
Embiid overtakes him is obviously the defensive end, total package, and everything. And it's funny because there was a stat. It said that as a defender, it said Jokic was better than Embiid. And that was the funniest thing I've ever heard, because when you watch the game, you know that that's not true, because you know they're going to attack Jokic and everything.
Yeah.
But all that being said, one of the most unique talents that we've seen in a while, especially in the NBA. First big man to win MVP since Shaq, and now he's back-to-back MVP. So that's definitely awfully impressive. So I have him number 6 on my list.
That's shocking. I don't know. That's shocking to me because that just means Luka's even higher on your list. So I just find that crazy. Number 6 for me is Mr. Stephen Curry.
Wow.
I have Curry at number 6.
Wow, he's not even that much higher. I
Yeah.
thought he was going to be like...
Yeah, no, not at all. I just have Curry at number 6. I think he just has too many shaky games. 6 is like the floor for him. Like, I say that as in, like, it's kind of disappointing that he's only number 6. He's obviously the greatest shooter of all time, but as you've seen this year, he wasn't the best shooter on the court. Like, obviously he's super dangerous and you have to guard him and stuff like that, and you have to guard him when he crosses half court, but he's just had like shaky games where he shoots a bad percentage. And his team is really good. His team, like, I can say, like, Curry was out for a little bit of time and they were still winning games, so I can't really say that the Curry effect, like, as if when he was off the team they were like kind of losing and stuff. So yeah, I have Curry at number 6.
Yeah, I'm scared Christian has Curry at number 6.
No, I don't have Curry on 6. I'm making sure that this list, I got to check them all.
So you have a 6.
Okay, yeah. I have Embiid.
Wow.
at 6.
Whoa.
I'm surprised.
I'm sorry.
What made you put him at 6?
I think Jokic deserves better. I put him higher on my list.
So it's definitely, it's what you prefer. It's definitely more of what you prefer. And honestly, to me, it's a toss up. If I just had to pick it, like if I'm gonna build a team, I'm slightly leaning towards Embiid. But I can see why you pick Jokic. Like I can see, obviously, like I said, offensively, you could build it around him. You could facilitate. You could do all that. So it's just what you like. I see you like Jokic. I like Embiid. But it is what it is. I'm not mad at you.
Number 5.
Number 5. Sir Luca Doncic. So.
Is he knighted?
Is he what?
Is he knighted?
What does that mean?
Oh, no, nothing. Because he said sir.
Yo.
Oh, I was like, what?
I thought he was knighted.
Yeah.
So, I remember when Luca was coming in. So, backstory. You already know I'm a Heat fan. First time I saw Luca Doncic play, he was an 18-year-old kid who wasn't in the NBA yet, playing for Slovenia. And he was first team in that tournament with Goran Dragic, I think Porzingis, like a couple NBA players that were like first team. And I was like, no, he was 17 years old. I was like, he's not even in the NBA yet. It was before he played his first year with Real Madrid overseas. When he came over to the NBA, the number one thing that they said is that his lack of athleticism, his lack of foot speed is going to affect him more than how offensively gifted he was. And that was the biggest lie that I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Because you see him in the NBA, he plays at his own pace. And he did a post-up move the other day on Cam Johnson. He backed him down, hit him with the meanest footwork, and made Cam Johnson do the nene, falling back. And he and then on top of that, he bodied him and got an and one layup. And he's flexed on him after. And I'm just like, yo. Like, the offensive talent that this guy has, like, and like I said, I really think within the next couple of years, he's only, 22, 23. Within the next couple of years, when you see him 26, 27, 28, we're going to look at him as probably the best player in the NBA. And he will have multiple MVPs in his career. So I don't want to say that my pick is more projection-based, because he's still, as good as I'm saying he can be, he's right there right now at such a young age. So I have him number 5 on my list currently right now.
So you're taking him over Jokic?
Yes, I will.
All right.
I will.
All right, as long as you're fine with that. For number 5,
Yeah.
I have Mr. Kevin Durant.
Whoa, no. What?
Durant. Kevin Durant.
Number 5?
Number 5.
Oh, my God.
You want to know why? Do you want to know why? Because he's so great that he couldn't win a game this past freaking series, bro. He had a terrible series.
He was tired.
He had a terrible series.
I don't want to hear that excuse either.
Being tired is not an excuse at all.
Number 5.
Listen, when it comes down to it, he had Kyrie Irving on his team. I understand what the rest of the roster looks like. We've all been saying it this whole season that the roster was not built well. And obviously Ben Simmons, the whole Ben Simmons drama is just another drama. And then Kyrie Irving's drama is another drama. But at the end of the day, if you're that person and you're the best player on the planet, which he is not, you got to go win a game, win one at least. At least
Boston.
Put up, bro.
I agree.
He had games where he put up less than 20 points. That is terrible.
They definitely should have won one, but they dropped him at number 5 for that. Was it a bad series? Yes. And did he get?
Yeah, he was tired.
Was he knocked on my list for it? I'm gonna be honest, he was.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna drop him down. There's not 4 better players than him right now in the NBA.
You're about to hear him. You're about to hear him. I'm letting you know. You're about to hear him.
No, I'm not. Wow.
Anyways,
I
like
feel
I
like
said,
LeBron is not on his list.
That's interesting to me. Who you got?
I'll save more for later. There you go.
Who you got number 5?
Ben Simmons.
Whoa!
Teammate.
Okay.
Kevin Durant.
I was about to say.
You got Kevin Durant number 5 too?
I also have Kevin Durant as number 5.
What? Yo, this is
my
not,
guy. This is like the 3rd time on the list that we had the same thing.
Oh, you know what this tells me?
Yo, but you guys really thought I said Ben Simmons.
I thought for a second.
You guys looked at the same ranking. I don't know what.
I didn't look at no rankings. This is strictly off the dome.
This is strictly off my dome too.
Pause.
Yeah, Kevin Durant number 5.
You guys are hating. Wow,
Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna get into Durant.
Imagine if I
later.
said Ben Simmons though.
I'm gonna get into Durant later when I go with him on my list. Little hint: he's not number 4, which we're about to go into. He's higher than number 4. On my
I know
list.
who you're putting at number 4.
Number 4, I got LeBron James at number 4. I just like the 3 people I have ahead of him better. And LeBron is getting up there in age. You know, he still had a good season. He was in the running for the scoring title. He's still great. But I hate to.
So wait, you have KD as number 1?
Why are we on number 1 if I'm on number 4?
Because he said
Don't worry about
there's
my
not
list.
4 people better than him.
We're gonna find out in a second.
You know what I meant. You decided him down. On
All right, so why is LeBron James number 4?
I hate to ask this question.
How old is he? No.
Yo, for real.
How many championships has he lost?
Yo.
Will his body hold up? And the only reason I bring it up, his first year with the Lakers, he had the groin pull. We all know what happened. They were top 4 seed, and then they dropped down. Last year, he dealt with a variety of injuries, little ankle injuries, knee injuries, like little knick-knack stuff that in his past didn't hold him out.
Knick-knack, patty whack.
This year, he played less than 60 games. It was like 50-something. He didn't even qualify for the scoring title. So you need to play a certain amount of games. You need to play at least 58 games. He didn't even hit that. So I don't want to bring that up. But coming into next season, I'm not confident ranking him ahead of anyone else that I have on my list. So moving forward, I'm going to take the other people ahead of him. Has LeBron still been great? Sure. But I can't say that I'm going to take him over the other people.
I just want to say the fact that we're talking about a 38-year-old LeBron James and we're talking bad about him being number 4 with a team that didn't even make the playoffs. That's a W. Because guess what? Number 4 is LeBron James for my list too. And I'm a LeBron James fan. Yes, I know it. I know it. I'm a LeBron James fan.
I was waiting
I'm
for
here
you to
to say
start
the
hating
same.
on
I'm
me.
here to say the same thing. 3 players above him that I can't rank below him. LeBron James, he had a fantastic season, man. He did not have a bad season individually. The team success, yes, it did falter.
And he was part of that. He was part of that.
He is. He's a part of that, and he was number 4 on your list.
Okay.
So I'm cool with it. Like I said, I think the biggest thing is that you can tell is that he's not able to really like control the game that he's used to. Being able to really control the game, because you've seen outings where he put up 35 points, 40 points, and literally the team is getting blown out by 20.
Mollywopped.
Yes. Is that on LeBron James?
Yes.
It might not be. He's putting up 40 points and the team is still doing that bad. It might not just be on him. But I have him at number 4 strictly because, like I said, on this list, you should go, can I take this person over this person? And I'm not going to take these other 3 players over him. But I am going to take LeBron James ahead of Kevin Durant because I think if you plug and play and you put LeBron James in the same shoes, I guarantee you he at least wins 1 game. And I think you can say the same thing.
I wouldn't go that far.
I think you can. You don't want to admit it, but I think you can. Because Kevin Durant, when all the weight is on his shoulders, he had to go to Golden State with... Nah, let's go past that. LeBron James is number 4. What's up with you?
LeBron James.
No way.
I
There's
have
no
LeBron
way.
James.
There's no way. There's no way.
I believe there's 3 players, like you said, better than him. But yeah, I have LeBron James number 4.
You know what's funny? You had Durant behind him. Obviously, if you're keeping up with my list, one of the 3 players I have better than him is KD.
No.
I'm interested to see who. I don't remember your list off the top of my head. I'm interested to see who you have ahead of him.
Oh, you know. But yeah, let's go to number 3.
So should I go down 3, 2, 1 or no?
Let's go 3, 2, 1. Just bang it out. 3,
All
2,
right.
and 1.
3, I got who should have won MVP in my estimation, Joel Embiid. That man is a big body.
That's insane.
How is that insane?
That's insane.
He was your scoring champ.
Because
Scoring champ
I know
as
he
a
put
center.
at 2 and 1.
He was a scoring champ as a center. Number 2, I have Kevin Durant, who, if he didn't have that performance that he had in the playoffs, he would have been number 1 on my list.
But what about this ifs?
If I had to, it happened, so I knocked him down. That's what I'm saying. He should have won a game. If he would have
You
won,
knocked him down to 2.
that's still.
He was going to be 1 if he won a game.
Yes.
He was going to be number 1 if he won 1 game.
Yeah. I saw LeBron lose in the first round last year, and I saw
That's
all this
insane.
stuff. Anyways, where am I? Oh, I had Embiid number 3. Like I said, Kevin Durant number 2. I don't want to put so much stock into how bad the season ended. But can we admit that Kevin Durant had a very odd season? And it wasn't because of him. We had the Kyrie situation that went down. There was so much turmoil with that team. James Harden didn't want to be there, got his way out. They get Ben Simmons back, who mysteriously has a back injury and needs surgery. And all that. Oh, and Kyrie's going to play. And I know we're going to say, oh, Kyrie was there. They should have won. It takes time to build chemistry. And to be fair, the first year in Brooklyn, Kevin Durant was out the whole year. Came back last year, played with Kyrie. Kyrie got hurt a majority of the year. And then this year, the vaccine stuff. So not saying they don't have chemistry, but they need to play more together. And did they get rocked by Boston? Yes. Did Kevin Durant struggle? Yes. But skill by skill, he's the most skilled NBA player in the league by far. And that's without a doubt. And historically, he's been up there.
I think the biggest thing is that you said is that he struggled. And that's the point. He struggled. You talked about chemistry. Chemistry don't matter if you're struggling. If you're the one that's struggling, which he was.
But how Kyrie had a good game 1. Where was Kyrie the rest of the series? So it wasn't just KD. So it's like how much.
What is Kevin Durant known for? He's being a scorer. You don't have to worry about what's around you. You're going to get yours. That's what Kevin Durant is known for. And he wasn't getting his.
Yeah, but the problem is they didn't have anyone else to even get theirs. So Kevin Durant, obviously what people praise LeBron for is that he gets everyone involved. Kevin Durant was doing all that. And I don't think he gets enough credit for being able to do everything.
But he wasn't able to do everything.
Well, he had to get the others going and get
But he
himself
did
going.
it.
All right, it didn't happen. But
that's because he can't do that.
No,
that's why LeBron is better than Kevin Durant.
It's not because he can't do that. Boston's a great defensive team. And Boston was able to come up with a game plan to stop.
Listen. I'm sorry. I'm cutting you off, and I shouldn't be cutting you off. So I take that back. I apologize. Do you have any finishing touches?
No,
because go ahead and tell me your number one. You didn't say number one.
My number one is Giannis, and he earns the title. He's the defending champ. He's won MVP. He's won Defensive Player of the Year. He has the total package. If he gets a consistent jump shot, which he's right now, he's knocking down his 15-footer. If he got a jump shot, he's number one.
All right.
Or he's by far number one.
He is number one anyways. But, okay, I want to go off that last point because what you said is that he was going against Boston. Look at what the number one dude is going against Boston. What is he doing against Boston?
But it's a different type of game, though. It's Giannis.
Player for player.
He has the physicality.
Player for player. Giannis is number one on my list, too. And my number three is Mr. Nikola Jokic.
Nikola
is my number three. At the end of the day, back-to-back MVPs. You can't get bounced out of your top three for being back-to-back MVPs.
When you lose in the first round, you can. Back-to-back years. When you win those MVPs.
Yeah, this feels like deja vu.
He said back-to-back MVPs. Or you said when you lose in the first round, but you have KD at 2. How does that make any sense?
Yeah, well, he got
Make it make sense.
Yeah, but
he's got two of those rings. He got them.
All right.
And he was MVP.
Bro, how did he win them?
By being the MVP in both of them.
No, by playing with his number 3 on his list. Anyways, Nikola Jokic at number 3, man. He's insanely gifted. A lot of people don't like that it's particularly statistically based, but his numbers are crazy. And at the end of the day, when you watch him play, like he just, like Luca, he kind of plays at his own pace. You can't speed him up. You can't really do any of that. And his assist game is crazy, bro. His passing is crazy. So I have to put him at number 3 because back to MVPs, they speak. Number 2 is Mr. Joel Embiid. Obviously another big. So I was like, how is this big better than this big? He's not winning MVP. That's because Joel Embiid was number 2 in the MVP. And people are complaining that Joel Embiid should have won it. But hey, I'm here to say that if I'm picking a big, I'm picking Joel Embiid. Because honestly, I don't want my center to be the facilitator and stuff like that. I want my center to go on the block and go get a bucket, back someone down, dunk on someone. And Joel Embiid did all of that this past year. People hate when he's not on the block.
I was about to get into that. I like that he can shoot. If he's 7'1", damn near 300 pounds. Who is gonna stop that? If he sits his ass on the block, he will back down anyone. And sometimes I feel like he does the other team a service when he's on the perimeter. And he's good at it too. It's not that he's not good at it, but it's like, it's kind of like you're giving the defense a break. Same thing with Giannis. When Giannis takes a jump shot, you're like, as a defense, you're relieved that he didn't just dunk on everyone on your team. If you put Embiid on the block, it's not just scoring, it's demoralizing that you're like, damn, like I just can't do anything about it. If he was on the block more, then I'll be like, yo.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing because when you look at it, instead of making his game outside in, he needs to make his game inside out. Go on the block, go put your body on someone. And at the end of the day, when you tire them out that way, they're not going to want to go guard you when you're going to hit a 3 because your game is unstoppable. And that's why I feel like Joel Embiid is number 2. He's only trending upwards. And he could be the number 1 player in the world if it wasn't for this man, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis is number 1, man. He's crazy. I knew he was crazy going into this, but obviously seeing him firsthand when we played the Bucks, there was just no answer for him. There was no answer. I remember when Middleton got hurt, we were like, hey, we might have a shot at this. Yeah, no, the heck we didn't. Giannis came out and scored 40 points. It's just too easy for him. There's really no one that can guard him one-on-one, whether you want to say Embiid or anything. No one can guard him one-on-one. And you're seeing it. I mean, hopefully it would hurt him a little bit if he can't get past the Celtics, but I think what you just see him doing against Boston, his domination is just, it's unmatchable. No one can really match that. And like I said, the reason why I have Giannis number 1, you look at what the stats he's doing, you look at certain people that are getting stopped. KD has that unstoppable shooting and this and that, and he was struggling. And you said if he takes one game, you're putting him at number 1. No, it just doesn't make sense. Giannis is number 1, man. He won the finals last year. And who knows? He might make another run this year.
Who you got? Who's your 3?
Number 1. I'm gonna go number 1.
You're gonna go 1
I'm
to
the
3?
last one. Yeah, I'm the last one. Number 1, Giannis.
Okay.
Of course.
So unanimous. We all had him number 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2, I got Nikola.
Wow. I thought he already said Jokic. I didn't even
Do you guys
peep.
want to guess my number 3?
Oh, putting 2 and 2 together.
I know. Yeah, you guys already know. I put Steph Curry. I think he's gonna have a better year than KD. Pretty sure he'll probably go farther than KD. He already has. So that's why I put a lot of the Boston series into KD, and that's why he went lower than Steph.
All in all, I think we all had a solid list. I'm surprised, and like I said, I understand what happened with KD, but why are we putting so much stock into it that we're dropping him that low?
That low is number what?
You guys
5?
both had him number 5.
Bro,
You had him number 2 for what? What has
we're
he
doing it
done?
off of this year, not his career.
Yeah, this year-
You brought up both the rings, bro. His year ended in a sweep.
This year he was remarkable, and he still lost. If we're gonna talk about it like
he was not remarkable in that series.
okay, if we're gonna talk about
He
like
was
that,
not remarkable.
LeBron's season ended on the couch watching KD get swept.
No,
so
that
he
wasn't
got
where it
eliminated
ended.
before
That wasn't where it ended.
Where
His
did it
season ended when he was putting up 30 points on a team that was a bad team.
And,
Like I said,
and look
I'd
how
rather
old,
see-
and look how old
you know how
LeBron
it
is
ended?
also.
It ended
though.
with him on the injury report. That's how it ended.
I'd rather see him.
And we're gonna look at it
I'd
like
rather
that.
see him putting up those stats versus putting up booty stats and getting swept out of the first round when people expect you to take their team to a
If
championship.
we're gonna look at it like that, Jokic got what he won. They lost in 5. They
He won a game. He
they-
won one
they
game.
Still lost in the
He
first
won a
round.
game. He won one more game.
And he just did back-to-back MVP.
I think the problem with KD, with what happened to him, is more team based on what KD was. And yes, he struggled, but who else on his team was going to contribute when Kyrie was struggling as well? I think Kyrie deserves just as much blame for what happened as KD. We're just going to look at KD because Kyrie had the great game one.
We never considered Kyrie to be the number 1 player in the world. Never, ever, ever. And guess who was?
Not
Kevin
even an
Durant.
honorable mention.
Kevin Durant's not even better than LeBron James at this day and age.
Kevin Durant, I'll take him any day of the week over anybody else who you put on your list. And if I had a one-on-one, I probably would take him over Giannis.
Well, you didn't take him 1-on-1 because you still put Giannis at 1.
I said one-on-one. I didn't say
No, you said you'll take him anybody
gotta take
over
him-
anybody on your list.
because you know what? KD's my new number 1.
No,
I
he's
said
not.
it.
No,
I
he's
said
not.
it.
No.
Giannis is unanimous.
No,
Because if I
definitely.
had you, like I said, based on the season, I put Giannis number 1 because he gets that title because he's the defending champ. All that. If I had to pick one, I'm still taking KD as number 1.
But
I'm saying it.
But
You
have
didn't
no-
pick
there's-
KD as number 1.
Oh
there's a
my
reason
gosh,
why you
here we
didn't
go.
pick him. Even as a even
You
let's say he did-
even said that the
Because-
Boston series had to deal with
It
where you put
factored
him.
into everything. Factors into everything. But I said I know.
You look like a dupe.
Yeah, you guys are getting me tight, yo. Because did he struggle in that series? Yes. But I'm still taking him up there. I'm not putting so
You're
much
taking
stock
him
into-
over Giannis, who you just said was your number 1.
It's neck and neck.
Who's your
Who
number
you
2?
taking?
KD was my number 2.
Oh,
And
yeah.
bro, Giannis is number 1. Giannis is still young and he still has more years to even, like you said, if he starts knocking down his jump shot more, because he takes them, he's not making them right now. But the fact that he's even taking them, bro, at one point he wasn't shooting them at all. So the fact that he's even taking them, if he gets spend a little more time in the gym, you know what he's gonna be.
I'm glad you guys are off the KD train because I want to see what you guys are like next year.
When what? What is he gonna do next year?
We'll find out.
bro, he's on a garbage team.
And don't even talk about defense. Oh my gosh, KD doesn't have no defense compared to Giannis.
Oh, but I mean, he's not
Giannis
a terrible defender.
But he's not Giannis.
He's not a terrible
And even his
defender.
offensive game is not Giannis.
It's better.
All right, if you say so.
You guys comment. Who
Imagine,
you got.
imagine if KD put on some weight and just became like a beast,
It's-
like how Giannis is.
No, but turn to Joel Embiid. He's 7 foot, put on some weight, get on the block.
Hey man,
He needs to be swallowing blocks of cheese or something to get where he wants to be. But let us know what you think about our list, and let us know what you think on your list. You don't even have to give us your 10. Give us your top 3. Top 3. Go ahead and comment it up. Let us know what you think. Are you making any changes to our list on top 3? I know we have a couple of differences, so yeah, feel free to let us know.
KD's gonna show you guys what you guys are missing out on. And when I'm on that train, you guys are gonna be begging to get on. But all doors are closed.
Yeah.
You're
KD,
not
All
hopping
jokes
back
contain
on,
truth.
KD got the broom. That's all I know. KD got the broomed.
I guess. All right, but that's a wrap for today's episode. My name's Azil Hernandez.
Wait, are you serious? How could you
This is why we don't give it to Azil.
You know what? You're right. I'm sorry.
forget? This is why your list is invalid. Because anyways, you're going to have to catch our list on the Balls of Face Podcast on Instagram, BIYF the podcast on Twitter, and Balls of Face Podcast on TikTok. Make sure you watch it up. We're going to be putting all our lists on each single social. So comment up on there. Maybe your list is going to get shared on our page. Who knows?
Ooh.
Feel free to comment it up and let us know about it. You got anything, Christian?
No, just make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and tell all your friends to watch this video. Other than that, you have just watched another episode of the Balls of Your Face podcast. I am Christian Rivera.
To Josh Ramos.
And KD's still number one. My name's Azil.
Like Bradley Beal. Goodbye!